Okay, today we have got 3 stories that are going to get your blood boiling. First up, a woman gets so sick of her cousin screaming, do your research, that she fires back with one question that absolutely destroys her. Then, a Walmart cashier rudely refuses help, rescans a cart, and accidentally undercharges by almost $100. And finally, an update where someone's apartment gets hijacked by their boyfriend's freeloading friend. Trust me, you are not ready for how this one ends. First up, a 29-year-old woman finally claps back after her anti-vax cousin keeps telling everyone who disagrees with her to educate themselves. I, 29 female, and my cousin, 30 female, has 3 kids, 10, 9, and 4. She has not vaccinated any of them. Now let me preface this by saying this. I don't care what you do with your child. If you vaccinate, don't vaccinate, etc., it's your child and your choice. However, my cousin will go to great lengths to tell anyone who disagrees with her stance on vaccines to educate themselves or do your research. This absolutely drives me up the wall because the research is based on Google searches, not peer-reviewed journals, not pediatricians' advice. Just simple, should I vaccinate my child? Well, one day we had a discussion about me having children one day. She already tried to say, well, don't vaccinate your kids. It's bad for their health. I said I would follow whatever my OB or my future children's pediatrician. Then she said, well, I highly recommend you educate yourself and do your research before you do so. Well, I straight up asked her, well, show me your degree. Not your Google searches. Not your Facebook mom groups that agree with everything. I want to see your degree where you're qualified to tell me what I should and shouldn't do with my baby. You can do whatever you want with your kids, but don't you dare tell me how I should raise my future children. She got mad and left. Our families are divided. Some say that I was right. Some says, you should have just heard her out. I feel bad for upsetting her. But I'm not going to let someone say I'm uneducated when all they do is research BS on Google and Facebook mom groups and just run with it. So, am I the asshole? Edit. I did not expect this to blow up the way it did. Wow. Thank you for all the comments. I wanted to clarify some things. Yes, I absolutely care about vaccines. I plan to vaccinate my future children. Where I was saying, I don't care, was parents unfortunately are going to do what they're going to do besides listening to a doctor's advice. Also, I can't help but laugh at some people who are saying this post is AI. I swear someone could fart, and y'all would claim it is AI. My cousin is still not talking to me, but she keeps sending me Facebook posts and TikToks about how bad vaccines are. No actual research. I blocked her. Thank you again to everyone who commented. Let's see what the comments have to say. This person commented, I can't stand when people say you're uneducated or say do your research when they don't even have a degree. You're right. She can do whatever she wants with her kids, but she doesn't have a right to bash someone because they chose different. Another commenter said, I found a great picture back during COVID along the lines of when you're arguing about science with scientists, it's not a difference of opinion. You're just wrong. Send it to anyone who starts talking about not vaccinating their kids. And the internet was unanimous on this one. Asking someone to back up, do your research with an actual degree isn't being mean. It's calling their bluff. She wasn't the asshole. Not even a little. Not the asshole. So what do you guys think? Was this person the asshole? Drop your verdict in the comments below. Next up, someone gets stuck in a 45-minute Walmart checkout nightmare. And when the rude cashier rescans everything, the total comes out almost $100 short. Last week, I went to Walmart and bought a significant amount of groceries. I went through the self-checkout and, after scanning my total, was $278. After scanning, the machine would not accept my card. A worker came over and tried printing off a receipt and couldn't get that to work either. She scanned a barcode and took it to another self-checkout, and the same issue occurred. Car machine wouldn't work. She then printed out another receipt and took me to a person to check out. The person she had given the receipt lost the receipt somehow and decided she would rescan all my items. Since I had already scanned my items myself going through the self-checkout, they were already in bags. At this point, what should have been a quick 5-minute transaction has turned into a 45-minute ordeal. I told the lady at the register that I would take all my groceries out of bags to help and to speed up the process. She, pretty rudely, declined my help. Instead, she just haphazardly started grabbing things and throwing them around. After she was finished scanning, the total came out to $183. Almost $100 less than when I had scanned the items myself. I asked the woman if she was sure had scanned everything, and she, in a very annoyed tone, said yes, she was sure. Am I the asshole for not correcting the checkout lady and leaving the store knowing the total was significantly less than what it should have been? Let's see what the comments have to say. This person commented, The Walton family can afford it. Another commenter said, they lost their way after John Boy got shot down over France. And honestly, the comments agreed hard. This person offered to help, got snapped at, and even double-checked the total before leaving. They did everything right. The cashier's attitude wrote that $100 check, not them. Definitely not the asshole. Not the asshole. If you're enjoying these stories so far, remember to leave a like and subscribe for more. And finally, the update everybody was waiting for, where someone finally takes their apartment back from their boyfriend's freeloading friend. Link to original post. https://www.reddit.com/am_I-the-asshole/s/1vdnf2twmk. Holy smokes, I was not expecting this post to blow up as much as it did. I've had several people asking me for an update, so here goes. First of all, for those of you saying to get rid of my boyfriend too, please understand that he genuinely had his heart in the right place. When I said I wasn't sure how long he and his friend had been talking about it, I just meant that he was probably excited to be able to help someone out, not that they both planned it behind my back. If I had said no back then, that would have been that. After talking to him again, he admitted that he really is tired of his friend being there and that I'm being more than generous by letting him stay as long as I have. He just told me I was being harsh because he didn't want me to end up on bad terms with his friend. I don't think he realized that I'm not particularly interested in being friends with this person myself. I also found out that my boyfriend has been giving him money for groceries and driving him around, which I told him to immediately put a stop to. He agreed. I have consolidated all of the friend's food to one shelf in the fridge, one shelf in the freezer, and one cabinet. I told him that he needs to go through whatever didn't fit in the cabinet and either get rid of it or keep it in his room for the time being. My boyfriend also talked to him and made it clear that his welcome is coming to an end. I will be serving him the notice to quit tomorrow, June 15th, which marks 1 month since he moved in. This will give him until July 31st to find a place and move out before I can pursue further legal action. I feel this is more than fair, as he is effectively getting more than twice the amount of time that we initially agreed on. In addition to this, my boyfriend has a cousin who is a realtor who has agreed to help this friend in his search for Section 8 housing. My father, who used to inspect apartments for a living, has also agreed to help him out. If all else fails, he will just have to move back in with his sister. Thank you all for helping both my boyfriend and I realize that we were being taken advantage of. Things have been so chaotic since this friend moved in, and we're both looking forward to having our space back. Let's see what the comments have to say. This person commented, "It sounds like you're handling it really well. Good for you for setting boundaries, and I'm glad your boyfriend has your back." Another commenter said, "OP is handling this way better than what the boyfriend's friend deserve. A notice to quit was more than enough, but helping him find a new place goes above and beyond. Hopefully the friend doesn't take advantage of this as well." And the verdict was crystal clear. Setting firm boundaries in your own apartment is never the wrong move, and giving the guy an extra month plus help finding housing, that's beyond generous. Not the asshole, full stop. Not the asshole. If you want to hear stories from different subreddits, let me know down in the comments. And that's a wrap on today's batch of stories. Now I want to hear from you. Did everyone get the verdicts right? Or do you see it differently? Drop your own ruling in the comments. I read every single one. If you made it this far, you're my kind of people, and I've got a whole lineup of even more jaw-dropping stories coming your way. So stick around because the drama never stops here. I'll catch you in the next one.